Hello and welcome to the How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015. My name is Mike Borch-Cardona and I'm a program manager at Microsoft. At the end of this video, you will understand how to develop a tablet experience for your customers by creating new or updating existing application pages. Let's use an example. Consider the scenario where we need to create a new and simple role center, which a salesperson will access on their tablet while on the go. The salesperson requires access to information about customers and the ability to issue sales quotes. We can do this in 3 steps. First, create the new role center as an application page. Secondly, add useful actions and link it to existing pages. And finally, test our changes using the browser. In the first step, we create a new role center in the Microsoft Dynamics NAV development environment. From the Object Designer, let's create the new page. I'll start with a blank role center page. I'll just save that. And let's name it Sales Rep Role Center. Now to make it easy to test out, let's also create a new profile. I will do this in the Windows client by going to the Profiles list page and just create new. I will name this Sales Rep. And of course, link it to the Sales Rep Role Center page we created earlier. I'm going to mark that as default to make it easier for us to test. So let's see what this looks like in the Microsoft Dynamics NAV tablet client. And as you can see, we have a blank role center page with no content, no queues, and only one action. Now this action links you to the help for this page and is added automatically to all pages. Now that we have an empty role center, let's start filling it with useful information for the sales rep. All role centers on the tablet client must have queues. So let's start by adding some existing queues we already use in other role centers. Okay, so let's create a new group. And in that group, I'll create a page part. And I will link that to our favorite set of queues in page 1310. And likewise, I'll do the same thing now to add some content. So I'll create a new group with a page part. And this time I will link it to our favorite business charts in page 1390. Now, our customer sales reps often create sales quotes when they are on the go. So let's make it really easy by creating an action directly on the role center. Let's create the action group first. We'll call this new. And in the new group, we'll create the action simply called sales quote. And now I'll set a few properties on it. Most importantly, I want to set the promoted to yes. And this is simply because on the tablet client, we only show actions which are promoted. And finally, let's also add customer list place, since this is one of the things which the customer sales rep needs. Add an action. On the caption customers, and this time we'll point it to the mini customer list, and that should be all I need. Now I can save and compile. Back in the tablet client, if I sign in again, I can see my changes. As you can see, our role center is starting to take shape now. On the right in the content area, you can see the chart. And the action pane shows the sales quote action. And the navigation pane shows the customers list place. On the left, in the blue app bar, we have our queues. On the tablet client, queues are given special importance, and these will always show in this part of the page. Note also that this part of the page cannot be scrolled, so that queues are always in focus. On different page types, you will find that there are often elements which cannot be scrolled like this. You can read more about them in our help documentation article called differences and limitations when developing pages for the Microsoft Dynamics NAV tablet client. Go ahead and add more content to your role center. Keep in mind that simplicity is key to delivering a great experience on the tablet. If you are linking to existing pages you originally designed for the desktop, take a close look at these pages to make sure you are only showing the essential fields, actions, columns, and parts. Hide away everything else, for example, using configuration. On to the final step. We've built a basic role center and seen how it looks in the tablet client in the browser. However, we know that our customer sales reps bring their own tablets to the workplace. This means they could potentially access Microsoft Dynamics NAV for tablets on devices with a variety of screen sizes. Whilst the Dynamics NAV tablet client uses a dynamic layout which allows it to scale to different screen widths and heights, you should test your newly designed application pages to make sure they look great even on smaller 7-inch tablets, and most importantly, are still able to show all the functionality your customers expect. You can easily simulate different form factors by resizing your browser. Hit F12 in Internet Explorer and pop out the development tools. Under Emulation, you can set the custom resolution to, for example, 960 by 510. Note how we only show 4 tiles at the screen size, starting from the first top left tile and working our way down the list. If the specific tiles shown at this screen size are not the most important ones, you would need to reorder these tiles, either by modifying the page directly or by configuring the profile to do so. That completes our steps for building a new role center for a sales rep who will use Microsoft Dynamics NAV for tablets. To summarize what we've done, in step 1 we created the new role center page in Dynamics NAV development environment. In step 2 we added useful actions and linked to some existing pages. And finally in step 3 we tested our changes using the Dynamics NAV tablet client running in the browser. To try this at home, I recommend reading our step-by-step walkthrough on MSDN, called Developing a Sales Rep Role Center for the Microsoft Dynamics NAV tablet client. Look out for other help articles to help build your first role center for the tablet. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again in another episode of our How Do I video series for Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2015.